In today's episode, we're going to be talking about my latest high gain antenna setup to see how it was made and how it performs. And in order to do that, we're going to be passing the controls over to our newest member today. Some say that he always wears gloves because his fingers are actually feathers, and that from the very young age of 1, he's been terrified of heights. All we know is that he's called the STAG. I don't know if this is recording, but I'll just talk anyway. Okay, so I'm going to look all the way to my left now. There we go, it's all the way to my left shoulder. And then all the way to my right shoulder, and then back. Now I'm going to look all the way up. Yep, and then all the way down. Okay, I'm going to be right in the middle there. That's how I align my head often. So I just kind of move my head around. I kind of just look at where the signal breaks up, and I pick the middle. I generally don't go low at this part, but I think I'm going to go low here and see how close I can get to these trees without losing my line of sight. Yeah, so at the moment, the antennas are definitely working really well using this 1080p 30 mode. Look at this, this is a nice shot here with the waterfall over to the right. It's really cool. Aim right towards this tree at the top here. Right now the image is looking quite good. Signal bars are okay. So move my head up all the way, down. Okay, so I want to be right in the middle here. There you go, looking good again. I'm going to go over to this edge here. The ridge line's always dangerous because you got to remember exactly what your line of sight is. But I should be able to keep a pretty good line of sight here. It's always good to watch your ELRS too. That's a good indicator if you're making a poor choice or not. But right now my signal is working really, really well. These antennas seem to be working great. What a neat flight so far. So the goal is to make it to the end here, and I can't go too much lower here just because of line of sight. I'm going to move my head to the right here, now to the left. Okay, so I want to be more to the right. Go and up. Look at that, I got really nice signal bars right now. Actually, I'm getting a tiny bit of sparkles, but all in all I have really good signal, near perfect image. I'm going to test my head again to the left, yep, and then to the right, making small movements back to the center and back, looking down and looking up. Okay, there you go. I think it might be the angle of the quad right now that's giving me such poor signal. There we are, 7 kilometers. Okay signal, let's see if I look up. Nope, that doesn't help. If I look down, yeah, that helps a little bit. I mean, this is perfectly acceptable. I would say these antennas are working really, really well. Just try to get a neat shot here. I'm going to be quiet while I focus. Crashing up here would be a shitty situation. Alright, so I'm getting really bad signal here for some reason. I think it's obviously just the way I'm facing my antenna. Let's see, looking up, looking down, looking, whoa, to the right. Slow movements when you're doing those things is key. I'm going to see if I can't go over the edge here and just kind of do a neat shot. Let's see. Woohoo! Alright, here we go. That was a really good flight. The antenna setup is working good. Little sparkles here, but nothing to be really that concerned about. I think a lot of it's just line of sight. Whoa, okay. See, I flew behind that ridge line there. That's wicked dangerous. That's what I like about HDZero though, is HDZero lets you know immediately when you have screwed up, and you can just make that quick correction and get yourself back where you need to be, and kind of avoid losing signal completely, losing video, freezing, and ultimately losing your quad, which is the name of the game here, is to come home without losing your quad. So it's just having a system that you trust. If you trust HDZero, if you trust analog, if you trust DJI, WalkSnail, whatever you choose to use, it's up to you. I use HDZero because this image looks good enough for me, and I love that instant feedback that you get with that static signal. This is what the hobby's all about, doing these cool ass flights. All right, guys, huge success. The antennas are working great. This is awesome. Okay, so here we have the helical antenna 3D printed mounts. And what happens is when you 3D print them, the holes aren't quite big enough for the copper I'm using. So I'm making the holes a little bit bigger. And if you see here, you can see that I've kind of widened the holes in comparison to how they were printed. And the easiest way to do that, I found, is to use a soldering iron. And I'll just show you real quick here. Essentially, you kind of just take the soldering iron and you push it into the hole and out, in, out. And it's pretty satisfying to do, honestly. And you get those nice little rings there, kind of along the edge, and it does it on both sides. So that's going to be a nice hole for the copper wire to go in. I guess it's time for some penetration testing into the gauntlet. Will it penetrate the forest and survive, or will we crash and burn? Let's find out. Here we go. Okay, so here we go. We're going to enter this tree trail that I call the gauntlet. It's really thick, and it's about 500 meters from where I'm standing, or 1,500 feet. And so I'm getting some breakup. That's to be expected with this amount of trees. But then I start noticing that my ELRS is going, and I start holding my breath. So honestly, I was expecting a little bit better performance, but given that my ELRS is also failing at the same point, I can't expect too much more from 5.8 gigahertz. Here is a view of the trail going backwards, so you can really see what I'm flying through. It's a pretty tricky run, and it was successful. I'm going to try to tweak the system a little bit more, use some different antennas. Maybe I can get a little bit more performance, but that's about as good as it's going to get, probably. All right, well, there we have it. This is the Copper Crown 4 helical antennas. I think it's performing pretty well. I like my new setup. It looks really slick. One thing to remember is that this entire setup maybe costs like 20 bucks to make, so performance for value, incredible. You really can't beat that 20 bucks for all 4 of these antennas. That's insane. Now the next thing we're going to do is put these 4 helical antennas on my WalkSnail system, and we're going to see how well it performs in some penetration tests against HDZero. So stay tuned for that, guys. Until next time, see ya.